Thank you, Mr. Kolaco, for talking to the communications team of WACSI. Can you just share with us, your background?
Well, thank you again. I think it's an honor to be here and talking to you. Liberia, like you said, have come a long way, and we are quite impressed of what has happened, and we've learned a lesson. As a person, my life has been like things not really coming together, but it's been like too many things have happened in our country, and the focus have been how youth have been used as transport of violence, and they've been involved in the 14 or so more years of conflict. And that has been, there's no exception. I too have been a part of it. I've suffered the consequence of war, and I know it's been like terrible for all of us. So I come from a very humble beginning and humble background, so to speak, but it's all been due to determination and focus. A Liberian, as you would think, a young Liberian coming up is being very difficult for a young Liberian because of the war. But in spite of all of the challenges, we've had focus, and we've made it thus far. So it's been like a long journey for me as a person, and a long journey for Liberian youth, because they've had to participate in all of the things that happen. But I think we are now trying to get back on course.
Talking again about your past, it's been a long, disturbing past, if I should package it that way.
Yeah.
But you've equally made mention of you being focused, being determined, and those are key words in a young man of your caliber.
Yeah.
Now I just want to find out, what about your career prior to joining WACSI? What were you doing?
Great. Prior to joining WACSI, I worked in civil society for over 3 to 4 years. I really joined working for civil society almost 6 to 7 years now. But prior to coming to WACSI, I worked with the Rising Rights Foundation. I really started over there as an intern. So it's good to even start at WACSI as an intern. Who knows tomorrow what's going to happen again?
I like that.
Yeah, and I started as an intern, I come from exile, and I thought, look, I have a passion to work for, humanity. So I decided to start up on that path. I started on working as an intern. I worked for the first 3 months, and I made $50. You wouldn't believe it. It was quite but I stayed there after 6 months. There was an opportunity that came, and then I said, the director then for the Rising Rights Foundation said, oh, there's an opportunity, Anthony, what do you do? And then I thought, I think I've been intern and I understand the office procedure, how to run an NGO, but I needed the free experience. So I decided to take on that opportunity to go out of Monrovia, the capital, to sort of grow myself in the field work and know how the field and work looks like. So I took on that job, and I spent a year out of Monrovia, and I came back. It was so exciting, and so I decided to blend both of them. Now I've worked in the field, and I've also worked at the office where you have to do projects.
I see you as a young man with a lot of ambition, and it's quite great because that is what WACSI targets in the youth in West Africa, in the internship program.
Okay.
This program has been designed to benefit young West Africans, grooming them into potential leaders. Now, coming to WACSI, you've been here for 6 months.
Yeah.
How has the activities, your stay at WACSI, the work ethics and culture at WACSI, how have these shaped you as a person and your career as a whole?
Well, absolutely. I must say, and I must confess, the journey through WACSI has been a tremendous one. It's been a remarkable one. It has shifted my thinking. It has deepened my understanding of how civil society works, both at the local, the national, and the regional level. And that is an experience itself that I have long been yearning for, to say, look, I want to understand the different components of how civil society works, both at the community or the local level, the national level, and the regional level. So my exposure to WACSI has definitely deepened my knowledge in terms of how civil society works. And I think that there's no doubt that I've been exposed to a lot of things just within a short period of time in my stay with WACSI, both nationally and regionally. I've participated in a lot of training and coordinated a lot of training. So, I mean, man, it's been a wonderful thing at time at WACSI, I must confess. Yeah.
And for 6 months, what was your most challenging experience, and how did you embrace and work with that experience?
Jim, you know that in every work environment there are challenges, but one thing as a young person, like I said, I do not look at the challenges because I know in every challenge there's an opportunity. So the culture itself is a kind of bit different from where I come from, Liberia, so I had to adapt to a new culture. This is a regional organization we are talking about, and I come from a civil society, a national civil society background. So you can see that there will be variance in how the proceedings and different things work. But I adjusted myself because one, I said, look, the challenge, I know in every challenge there's going to be an opportunity, and that was the opportunity that I was looking for to improve my skills. So definitely there were challenges, I wouldn't say there were challenges, but we were working on those challenges because we found them as success and we found them as opportunity to improve our skills.
What assignment did you handle that you are most proud of?
Well, many assignments, but the striking one is that I had an opportunity to travel to Nigeria, to Enugu State. And basically, you know, since I've been in WACSI, I don't know how many interns have had the opportunity to go alone to coordinate an event outside of Ghana. That was a striking event for me, and that really was a point that I thought, yes, because I was given the opportunity to fly to Nigeria alone. I went to Lagos and then flew to Enugu. And I was able to coordinate the training, and so perfect. And I came back, I mean, that was I was like, wow. An intern, you know, having the opportunity to go into a country and then organize a meeting for over 3 days. You are interacting with participants, you are interacting with resource person, and helping to coordinate and implement the program at that level. I thought that was amazing. And the second thing that also happened that it was striking for me when I went back to Liberia, as a Liberian who have come from Liberia, joining WACSI for over 3 months, I had the opportunity of going back to Liberia. And I thought that was like the climax of my internship, because my colleague then saw a different picture of me from what they saw when I was there. And I think it was a good exercise because it also served as something that could help WACSI to kind of deepen their image in Liberia, because the first time a Liberian has been selected on this program, and going back and seeing the kind of interaction we had and all of the different things. I think those two activities were the mark for me. Yeah.
Dear viewers, this is just to let you know that Anthony was actually assigned in June this year to coordinate a training on NGO management for voluntary policing groups in Enugu, and that training was conducted in partnership or collaboration with the Clean Foundation and Justice for All in Nigeria. They actually contacted WACSI to deliver this training for these groups in Enugu State. And in Liberia, you actually work with the capacity building officer, that is Mr. Charles Van Dyke, to coordinate a training for Trust Africa's partners in Liberia. And that training was on which courses again?
It was both governance and strategic planning.
And that was equally early this year. These are some of the tasks that Anthony, as an intern, handled while in WACSI, and it is equally an opportunity that WACSI gives to young West Africans to handle responsibilities that imbibe in them some of those vital qualities that we need in the civil society leaders of tomorrow. Coming back to you, Anthony, I just want to find out very quickly, what will this experience mean to you? And how will this experience shape, your actions, your contribution to civil society, be it in Liberia or West Africa or the globe, as from tomorrow?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Quite frankly, like I always say, there are challenges, there are gaps. I have been privileged, and I wish many Liberians who have this kind of opportunity to come and learn, because there are a lot of opportunities out there, but we have to seek to find them. Now, coming to your question, I'm going back with a whole new mind, with a different approach to work, with different attitude to work, and I think changing a nation starts off with human beings. And I'm very privileged to go back to Liberia and start a whole new program with young people that we can change the destiny of our country. And like I always say, this is not a personal thing for me. I've learned this, and so what? What's next? Like you said, I think it's going back to Liberia and helping to replicate what I've learned from WACSI, whether at the local level, at the community grassroots level, to help groups, youth groups, women groups, and other national civil society organizations to move forward, to kind of change the direction of how we do things, to kind of replicate some of the things I learned from WACSI in terms of research and documentation, in terms of policy, in terms of how to even structure local NGO that they can always be expedient with time. So I think it's going to be a long thing, but I see a success at the end of the day, because quite frankly, a lot of NGOs are back home, and I've started to see the gap and see the challenges that are there. But I think what I've been able to learn over a period of time in WACSI is going to pay off greatly. Yeah.
And this program is actually supported by the Open Society Initiative for West Africa. That is the next generation internship program here at WACSI, because the OSIWA is actually committed to building the capacities of civil society practitioners and young West Africans as well to contribute to democratic processes across the region in a positive way. And here you are. We are talking about one development partner that is so committed to ensure that young West Africans like you and I, acquire the necessary skills to contribute in shaping policies, in promoting democratic values in our country. You have this unique platform to speak to the world, to speak to this development partner and others about such program. What do you have for them?
Well, I think OSIWA has done a lot through WACSI. This is a unique platform, like I always say, it's a unique platform to grow the next generation of leaders in Africa. When you look at Africa, you look at West Africa, the problems that we have now are basically issues that relate to leadership. And leadership, when we do not keenly look at leadership, it leads into governance issues. So if we are having the next generation of people coming to WACSI with sponsorship from OSIWA, I think they are doing something beautiful, they are in the right direction, and I think this is an opportunity for Africans to grow the next generation of leaders who can see far beyond themselves, who can see far beyond the realities, who can see far beyond the issues that are now haunting Africa or West Africa. This is a platform that I've been privileged to, be the first Liberian, and I'm very proud of it. I'm going back home in flying colors. But I think other West African leaders, should form part of it. It's a platform that is going to help. And I tell you, in the next 10 years, come and see WACSI and see the next generation of leaders. That WACSI, through the sponsorship of OSIWA, has been able to grow. And let's give it a time space. Because what is happening at WACSI, I tell you the truth, it's just awesome. And is where the next generation of civil society leaders, or even leaders in different sectors, will definitely come from. Because mind you, sometimes people come and they do civil society leadership. At the end of the day, they might go into different sectors. But the fact of the matter, the leadership and qualities are there, and it will also help to improve the standard of living of people in every direction. So I'm very optimistic. I'm happy, And I know that things will come out good. With this program, man, 100%, I tell you.
Thank you very much, Anthony. It was nice talking to you, and nice having you here at WACSI. Ladies and gentlemen, just for your information, I am Jim Chick from Munjong. Today, I am the communications assistant at WACSI. A few years back, between 2009, 2010, I was an intern at WACSI, and here I am today, contributing to the wonderful work of civil society in the region. Thank you very much. Stay tuned to our website, www.waxi.org. Visit our YouTube page, visit our Facebook page, and follow us on Twitter at WACSI, at WACSI, and you'll get just wonderful information from us here at WACSI and information about the health of civil society across West Africa. See you sometime soon. Bye.